Morning in the vast African grasslands arrives quietly, carried on a long breath of wind drifting through thorny acacia trees. The plains glow softly under the first light of day as an aging wildlife ranger named Daniel guides his dusty, well-worn vehicle across the open terrain. After 4 decades spent studying the rhythms of the wild, Daniel believes he has witnessed every harsh rule nature can offer. Predators chasing prey, survival determined by strength and instinct. Sitting beside him is Ava, a young conservation researcher whose excitement about wildlife still sparkles in her eyes. She studies the golden grass stretching toward the horizon when suddenly the vehicle slows near a rocky rise. Ava freezes, lifting her binoculars toward a dark shape resting beneath the shade of a large tree. At first, Daniel assumes it is simply a predator resting after a long night hunt. But when the lens sharpens into focus, he feels a sudden jolt of disbelief. A large male lion lies stretched across the ground, his body marked with old scars and a fading black mane that tells the story of many battles. Yet what captures their attention is not the lion himself. Pressed against his chest is a tiny elephant calf, frail and trembling, seeking warmth beside the most unlikely guardian. The scene unfolds in complete silence. There is no roar, no panic, only the slow rhythm of breathing from the powerful lion and the hesitant movements of the small elephant. It is a sight that contradicts every expectation of predator and prey. Ava studies the calf carefully and soon notices something unusual. The young elephant's eyes appear cloudy and unfocused. Realization spreads across her face as she whispers to Daniel that the calf cannot see. In the unforgiving wilderness, blindness would normally mean certain death for such a young animal. Without sight, the calf would struggle to keep up with its herd, find water, or avoid danger. Yet the lion shows no sign of aggression. Instead, he remains still, shielding the calf from the growing heat of the sun. Whenever the elephant trembles, its trunk reaches out to touch the lion's thick fur, as if confirming that the steady presence beside it has not disappeared. The lion responds only with a quiet rumble, a sound that seems less like a warning and more like reassurance. Watching from the vehicle, Daniel senses that both creatures share a kind of loneliness, 2 lives unexpectedly meeting in the vast wilderness. But Daniel also understands that compassion alone cannot solve the calf's struggle for survival. A lion cannot provide milk or medical care. Realizing time is critical, he radios a nearby veterinary rescue team and asks them to approach slowly and carefully. When the team arrives, tension hangs in the air as the lion lifts his head and studies the humans from a distance. Daniel steps out calmly, using gentle whistles that experienced rangers often rely on to avoid startling wildlife. Eventually the lion rises and walks toward a nearby watering hole. Seizing the moment, the rescue team moves in quietly. Ava kneels beside the calf, speaking softly while guiding the frightened animal onto a padded stretcher. From a distant rock, the lion watches the entire process without interfering, his amber eyes following every movement. For a brief second, Daniel feels as if the old lion understands that the calf is being taken somewhere safe. The young elephant is transported to a conservation center where weeks of care begin. The calf, now called Bright, receives treatment for its damaged eyes and drinks bottles of nutritious milk every few hours. Ava spends long days beside the recovering animal, speaking gently and offering comfort. Slowly, the calf begins to recognize the sounds of friendly footsteps and the warmth of caring hands. Trust grows day by day. Months later, Bright becomes strong enough to return to the wild. On a glowing evening, the rescue team releases the young elephant near a migrating herd. The moment the calf steps onto the open ground, a large matriarch approaches and the herd surrounds the newcomer with gentle touches of their trunks. Watching from a distance, Daniel and Ava feel overwhelming relief and joy. Far away on a familiar rock formation, the aging lion sits quietly, observing the reunion without moving closer. He does not roar or claim attention. He simply watches the ending of a story he helped begin. The moment reminds everyone present that nature is not only about survival and struggle, it also holds unexpected acts of compassion that connect all living creatures. Stories like this remind us how powerful kindness can be, even in the wildest corners of the world. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe so more people can discover incredible moments from nature that inspire empathy and respect for every living being.